Good evening. I wanted to drop this video on a topic, and I'm going to call this one I'm Not Worthy. And for a couple decades, ending a little while ago, I let this attitude rule my life. Now, this could be anything from I'm not worthy, just not plain worthy, to I don't deserve this promotion, to I don't deserve to prosper and make more money, I don't deserve to be happy. It's my job to help everyone else to be happy. But this attitude, I'm not worthy, really hobbled me and kept me from even trying to reach my full potential. And I'm closing in on 43, and literally this attitude dominated what I did for 2 decades, possibly longer if you count what I dealt with in my childhood. But when you think about it, I didn't learn it from me. I learned it from my father, who he did a lot of good things. He took care of me in a lot of ways, but he grew up with this attitude. He let this stop him from getting promotions and doing various things and doing better in life. So he had that attitude, I'm not worthy. He would beat himself up over it. And that's where I learned it. But when you think about it, he didn't even learn it from him. My grandmother had that attitude because I don't know a lot about this side of my family because no one ever talked about it, but my real grandfather passed away. My step-grandfather left my grandmother for another family, so she had that I'm not worthy ingrained in her mind as well. But when you think about it, it didn't start with her either. It came from her parents, my great-grandparents. So when you think about it, this attitude, I'm not worthy, it didn't even originate with me. It originated with my great-grandparents at minimum, and possibly 100, maybe even closing in on 200 years ago. And that's the really bad thing about these types of attitudes. Think of it, what's going on in your life. I'm not good enough at this. We're just not good at business. We're always like this way. We've always been that way. I'm always going to be a failure. Those types of attitudes more than likely started not with you, but with people who are long since dead, who have been dead for decades or hundreds of years. Yet that attitude that was first spoken by your family members, by my family members so long ago, is still controlling what's going on in here today. And that's the crazy thing. So what's in your head? What's going on? Is this I'm not worthy? Is this really something you came up with? Or is it a voice that's been whispering quite literally from the grave because no one in the family has had the courage or the knowledge to be able to stamp it out? You might have heard of that joke where, the wife's cutting off the ends of the ham to put it into the pan. The husband says, why are you doing that? So she calls her mom. Hey mom, why did you cut the ends off the ham? I don't know. Let's ask grandma. And grandma says, well, it's because my pan was so short. That's why I cut the ends off the ham. So is there something in your family that's been going along that you've just been following it? You've always assumed that you're not good at business. You've always assumed that you're not worthy and not good enough to do better for yourself, get that promotion, and do better in life. You just assumed that, not because it was fact, but because it was passed down. So don't let an attitude from someone 100 or 200 years ago control your life today. I mean, you only have one life to live, and it's your life, not theirs. It's your life, not someone else's. Who cares what happened in your family? Who cares if everyone in your family has always been bad at business or hasn't been able to get that promotion? They're dead. They should not be controlling your life. And that's something that I had to learn, and why I've been able to move forward in a lot of ways recently, because I don't want those attitudes that were passed down from my family to affect me anymore. It's all me. This should be me in control, not someone who's been dead for a couple hundred years, speaking poison into my head. So I hope that gets you thinking about what's in your head, and if you are letting a negative attitude really get to you, really stop you from accomplishing what you know you should be accomplishing, what your dreams truly are, you need to stop listening to that voice from beyond the grave and start doing what you need to do. So hope you all have a good evening, and I'll do another video here soon, but hope that helps out a couple of you. I know realizing this really helped me out and helped me to move forward and start the process of moving forward in a few areas. So y'all have a good night, and talk to you again soon.